All right, the second half beginning in just a moment.
Looking at the game for George, 15 points, and he's picked up 6 points from behind the arc.
I love the rhythm his outside stroke has produced today.
Milwaukee leading by 7. Getting underway in the second half. Here's the 5 for Jason Kidd. Holiday out there with Teague. Then it's Brook Lopez. Then it's Chris Middleton. And it's Antetokounmpo in at the 4 slot. Here's the Clippers. Bledsoe kicks to Ibaka. Back to Bledsoe from deep. Great D that time from Middleton.
And that's not the best of shot selection there. The defense definitely won that possession.
Yeah, I think in that case, you've got to go elsewhere with the ball. You just can't rise up over the top of him when he's on it.
The Clippers shooting 40% from the field.
And really, the last few seasons, the Clippers have been one of the most consistently strong teams in the league. A far cry from when they were a bottom feeder back in the day. They have become one of the premier franchises in the NBA.
Now, here's Antetokounmpo following the miss by Eric Bledsoe. There's the dish to Holiday. At the top of the key, Lopez. The shot no good.
Just not there from a rhythm standpoint right now. It's really eluding him.
Screen by Ibaka. Bledsoe kicks to Leonard. A three-pointer, no good.
They have yet to hit a shot. A real slow start here in the second half.
Antetokounmpo with the ball. Now guarded by Bledsoe. Teague the pass to Holiday. Lopez sets a screen for Holiday. Lets it go from the wing. And it's Brook Lopez with the foul. That's his first foul. Clippers trail by 7. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, I mean, a cold stretch offensively. They desperately need a basket.
Here's George. Hits the jump hook. George has got it going here in the start of the second half. The first points in the third quarter for Los Angeles. Teague against Bledsoe. Teague kicks to Antetokounmpo. Banked in off the glass. Antetokounmpo's got 15 points.
And they get one. Now 1 of 5 here in the third.
Bledsoe dishes to Leonard. Back to Bledsoe. Kicks to Jordan. Pass to Leonard. Clippers moving the ball around. He dishes it to Ibaka. Back to Leonard. 4 on the shot clock. Lets it go from deep. Another miss by Leonard.
And they're controlling the boards, Kevin. That's +5 in that category.
And, guys, you know that rebounding is a huge part, a huge component of winning games. It's not a glamorous stat, but it's necessary if you're going to be a winning team.
And boy, how good was Chris Middleton last season? I mean, always a deep shooter who could stretch the floor. He hits the weight room in the offseason and became a much stronger defender. Now, he's one of the more promising 3-and-D guys in the league.
And for Chris Middleton last season, he went up in points, assists, rebounds, but went down in turnovers.
Boy, what an improvement for this young man. A late bloomer. I liked him when he was at Texas A&M, still growing into his body, playing with great confidence, and he can spray that thing from 3. I like his promise.
Clippers trail by 10. And now we're 3 minutes into the third quarter of play. Bledsoe is screen on Middleton. Leonard attacking. Another miss by Leonard.
And the shots just continue to say no in terms of falling.
T kicks to Holiday. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. And guys, for Drew Holiday last season was a tale of two halves. Over the first half, he displayed the leadership and the playmaking skills the team had originally acquired him for.
You know what, Kevin? Over the second half of the year, everything just kind of fell apart for Drew. He couldn't shake an injury to his lower right leg, and as a result, had to watch from the bench as his team fought for its playoff lives.
That free throw good from Drew Holiday.
And when you talk about Holiday, the Pelicans really needed his contribution last season. He can score and distribute the basketball equally as well. An excellent all-around defender. Exactly what you want in a point guard, except that he just couldn't stay healthy.
J.R. Smith's checked in for George. Both free throws good from Drew Holiday.
And for Holiday, I love his effort. He works extremely hard. His injuries, no fault of his own, just a run of misfortune. Let's hope this talented young man can turn it around and keep it turned around from a health standpoint.
Now here's Bledsoe. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. Ibaka, wide open, he fires. Offensive rebound. Lopez with the block. Holiday attacking, and he gets it to go. Holiday's got 17.
I love the killer instinct he shows right there, exploding to the rim to add to the lead.
Teague against Bledsoe. Ibaka, the pass to Jordan. No good, unable to end this run.
You've got to give them a lot of credit for the job they've done on the backboards.
They've done a lot of things well today, but really it's about what they've done on the backboard that's at the top of that list.
I think they need to get much more disruptive defensively. They can't just keep allowing these easy baskets.
That's got to be job number one right now. Nothing easy on the inside.
Now here's Leonard. 13 points in the game. It's tipped and stolen by Jeff Teague. Holiday dishes to Antetokounmpo. Jacks up a three. Falls right in. He is 8 for 11 with that shot.
Oh, they are putting the hammer down. A huge lead right now.
Yeah, and it doesn't matter if we're talking about their offense or their defense. I mean, it's all been good.
Los Angeles calls timeout. Well, you just watched Jeff Teague. He's a natural scorer. Clark, he's also made steady improvement as a playmaker.
Yeah, you look at his assist rate, Kevin, well in the top 10 in the league. He's cut down on his turnovers as well. You can tell he's starting to really figure it out, and the game is slowing down for him.
Clippers trail by 19.
And Teague's also athletic. You know, sometimes you forget that. I mean, this guy's got the tools also to be a terrific defender. And I still think he's developing consistency at that end of the floor.
For three, Smith. The rebound by the Bucks. Antetokounmpo's got rebound number 10 tonight with that last one.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Yeah, double-digit advantage on the scoreboard. They've taken the initiative. They've played, I think, with more purpose so far.
And speaking of Jeff Teague's defense, I mean, his rebounding, I think, could also be a little higher. I mean, with his bounce, he can get in there and grab a few more.
Well, there you go. One team operating on all cylinders at either end, steals, fast break buckets, and the other team scrambling to find its game.
Great point. I mean, that aggression has allowed them to just create a lot of havoc, and boy, are they taking advantage.
So it's the Clippers now, following the bucket by the Bucks. Shot clock at 5. Near the three-point line, it's Bledsoe, and he didn't get quite enough under that one.
Well, it's hard to believe that we're at this point in the game, and he still hasn't registered a single point.
Teague kicks to Middleton. Lopez a screen. The wide open look here for Holiday. And again, Milwaukee with the triple.
That's been their bread and butter in the second half. They've really knocked down their long-range shots.
And as hot as they are, no need to play conservative. Keep firing away.
Los Angeles calls timeout.
And we all know Drew Holiday is a tremendous talent. That's why he was traded for the draft picks that became Nerlens Noel 2 years ago and Elfrid Payton last season. Such impressive company that Holiday may be feeling the pressure to live up to it.
Portis, he's checked in for Drew Holiday. Los Angeles has gotten off to a very slow start from three-point range in the second half. They're 0 for 4. And Teague, here we go. And the shot is good. Getting back to Holiday, we've seen the size, the court awareness, the change of pace moves he brings. Clark with a little more assertiveness and continued improvement on his jump shot. He'd be hard for anyone to keep up with.
Boy, I really like this young man's game. He's got tremendous natural ability and a great work ethic. I think he'd very well be one of the best guards in the league. Only 25 years old right now. Plenty of time to reach that potential. Can you believe the job they're doing at the foul line since halftime? I mean, they've been perfect so far.
Yeah, as cool as can be, Clark. Great focus and efficiency. That's how they built this lead.
Now here's Leonard. 13 points in the game. To the left side wing. And Teague, here we go. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot two. Serge Ibaka picks one up there. And a look now at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for the Bucks.
Anytime you get as many points in the paint as they have, you know you've got a good thing going and you just want to keep it going.
And I also love the way they move the basketball. Their passing has been outstanding here in the second half.
Free throw good. Teague. The Milwaukee Bucks ended last season 41 up and 41 down, a perfect 500 mark, and they were the epitome, Clark, of average at the end of the season, and as you can see, even during it.
Well, they're a young team, but at one point, 17-17, also had an 11-11 record against the East and 6-6 against the West.
Here's what the Clippers are going with right now. Batum comes in for Serge Ibaka, and Reggie Jackson subbed in for J.R. Smith.
And the Bucks were average last season. I mean, they were 17-17, also 7-7 at home, 10-10 on the road, 5-5 in the games leading up to that. So in every measurable way, they were 500.
That's going to be out of bounds. Los Angeles will retain possession.
Looking here at some numbers for Reggie Jackson. His last 10 games, he's averaging 11 points a game, 6 assists, and 3 rebounds. And with his great passing, he's been a catalyst for their offense, often seeing plays even before they materialize.
For sure. Great anticipation. Peripheral vision is there. Natural talent as well. Really shining through. You know, just thinking back to that Milwaukee factoid again, I mean, the odds that we'll ever see something like that happen again are minuscule. I mean, that team was just destined to end up 41-41.
No doubt that is within his range.
Well, I would hope so. He's a pro, and it was only a one-footer. Come on now.
Teague against Bledsoe. And so he earns a trip to the line. Official saw the contact, and he'll shoot two.
And Brook Lopez, guys, started the season as the starting center for the Nets last year, but it didn't end up that way.
Lopez ended up coming off the bench for the Nets for a stretch last season. There was a lot of debate, Clark, if that was the right role for him.
Kevin, clearly there were differing opinions because as soon as it happened, every GM called Brooklyn up to see if Lopez was available.
That's good from Lopez. And for Brook Lopez, disappointing start to last season. The season before, he had played only 17 games, so he wanted to make an impact right off the bat. It just didn't work out.
Yeah, you know, he missed the first 2 games altogether with the foot injury and comes back to play pretty well, then hurts his back. Out for 8 more games, comes back again. He's benched in favor of Miles Plumlee. Just a very disjointed year for Lopez.
Brook Lopez hits them both.
And for Lopez, last year was the first time since he was a rookie that he didn't start every game. I mean, that is a huge shot to your confidence I don't care who you are or what your circumstances, but you know what? At the end, he rose above it.
Now here's Batum. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. Unloads from 13, and he was fouled in the act of shooting. Chance here now for a three-point play.
Yeah, exceptional play there to take the bump and still get it to fall.
I like to call that stick-to-itiveness, Greg. Getting everything he possibly could out of that play. Nicely done.
Good call.
Henson checked in for the Bucks.
You know, on the topic of Lopez last season, ugly beginning, but things got beautiful over the last 2 months. 55% shooting, nearly 20 and 10 a game. Some of the best numbers of his career.
Now here's Teague. He's got 8. The kick out to Mayo. Fires it up. Drops one in from the wing. Mayo's got 9 points. And Los Angeles guys shooting at 36% on the night. They've got to step it up offensively. Jackson kicks to Leonard. Lets it go from deep. The Clippers rebound. Batum. And there's the bucket. Stay with it on the offensive glass. Getting it done. Batum's got his second basket. Milwaukee's gone 2 of 3 when they ventured outside the arc in the third quarter. Parker against Batum. Passes it to Mayo. He kicks it to Teague. 6 on the shot clock. They set the screen. Leonard with the steal. And now running up the court. Leonard pushing it up. It's stolen by Teague. Feeds it to Mayo. Here's Portis. Great D on that shot, and it's off the mark. Guys, we've seen a lot of turnovers in this one.
Yeah, it's been really sloppy out there.
Yeah, focus, focus, focus. Just make the simple play.
Now here's Bledsoe. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. 4 on the shot clock. Leonard kicks to Bledsoe. Lets it go from deep. And Jackson with the basket on the assist by Bledsoe. Bledsoe's got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. Bucks leading by 23. T kicks to Parker. Mayo the pass to Teague. Ball's knocked loose. Stolen by Bledsoe. Jackson misses. And for Milwaukee, they're shooting at 52% from the field. They're clicking. Rebound, Kawhi Leonard. Leonard's got 3 rebounds so far in the game. Jackson kicks to Bledsoe. Bargnani dishes to Batum. And again, it's the Clippers from deep.
A wide open 3. They need much better communication defensively.
Now a timeout called by Milwaukee. Kawhi Leonard with another great season last year earned his first Defensive Player of the Year award with his outstanding play.
And for Leonard, he became the first perimeter player to win one since 2004. That just shows you how incredible his defense was at times.
And the Clippers making a switch here. George is checked in. Now here's Teague. He's got 8. Back to Mayo. Dishes it to Teague. From deep. No good.
No doubt he's struggling right now from the field. Let's see if he can get it going this quarter.
And I think Doris Burke has something for us right now. Doris?
Hi, Kevin. Jason Kidd was just going over the plan with his team. Mayo was the focus of the discussion, and he wants their offense to run through him. Coach is looking for big things from him throughout the rest of this game on the offensive end. A lot of the scoring burden will fall on him. Perhaps the rest of the second half will look different after those adjustments, Kevin.
Great. Thanks for the report, Doris.
And, you know, for Leonard, you can add that Defensive Player of the Year award to his hardware list, and that puts him in elite company, one of only 3 players to win Defensive Player of the Year and Finals MVP. The other 2, Jordan, and Olajuwon.
Now here's Teague. Kawhi Leonard unable to get his shot to go. Oh, and here we go. Jackson, nobody back. Drops in the breakaway layup. Jackson's got 8 points here in this quarter.
And he is really in a zone right now, playing and scoring with confidence.
Parker against Batum. And the layup's good off the glass. And the Bucks lead by 19.
They haven't been as aggressive from outside as they were in the first half. They're playing smart with the lead. I like that. They're being very selective and deliberate in their offense. That's a good strategy when you're on top.
Another miss by Leonard.
Oh, that's a tough three-point try when you've got the defense right there.
Well, he'd have to be really good to knock down a shot like that against that kind of defense.
And here at the end of the third quarter, it's a double-digit ball game. Bucks ahead, up 19. We'll be back shortly live from Staples Center in downtown Los Angeles. And we welcome you back as we get going here in the fourth quarter. The final quarter of play can change everything. Clippers trail by 19. We've got Ibaka. Reggie Jackson out there with Paul George. Then it's Jordan. And it's Leonard in at the small forward. That's who's out there for the Clippers. Now here's Jordan. And Ibaka slams it in.
Tell you what, he's not an easy guy to stop when he's got his sight on the rim.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher.
Did he just go chop there with that one hand tomahawk slam?
Here's Antetokounmpo. Add another basket to his impressive total. It's his 9th against 12 attempts.
And such a steady hand. I mean, he's one of those guys that's really allowed them to take the lead.
Well, he's just so reliable and dependable and consistent, especially here today. I mean, his shooting percentage is off the charts.
And here's Leonard from 3.
Not sure if he just ran out of gas or what, Kevin, but he's been awful ever since the second half started. Not even been a factor.
Lopez with the bucket.
And the jump shot has been a dimension of this game where they've had a clear advantage.
Greg, they keep pulling up and watching them go down. It's a really nice thing to see.
Now here is George. Ibaka with the screen on Holiday. Pass to Ibaka. Jackson has the open look. It's good from long range. Jackson's got 11 points here in just the second half.
They're relying on their three-point shooting and getting pretty good results right now.
You're right. 3 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
Here's Antetokounmpo, and he uses both hands to jam it in.
He has really shot the ball extremely well, as you'd expect. Like we say, he's been making sweet string music all day long.
Now here's Jackson. Ibaka outside. The feed now to Leonard.
It's still pretty early to judge, but so far the 2014 draft class has lived up to the hype. The top guys were as good as promised, and a lot of talent down later in the draft as well.
Milwaukee leading by 20. Holiday, the pass to Parker. Lopez a screen. Parker with it. Guarded now by Jackson. Lopez. Rebound by the Clippers. Jordan's got double-digit rebounds now in the game. Middleton against Jackson. Jordan sets the pick for Jackson. To the paint, and lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2. Not to the surprise of anyone, really, but the Clippers last year were strong at home once again. They managed to go 30-11 at Staples Center.
And, Kevin, that makes 3 straight seasons for the Clippers of 30 or more wins at home.
No good on that one.
You know, the big thing for the Clippers is that they won some big games in Staples over tough opponents. I mean, also won 6 of their last 7 to secure the 3 seed in the West.
Eric Bledsoe's checked in for the Clippers. Jeff Teague, he's checked in for Milwaukee. And he's good on the second.
And one issue with the Clippers at home is that it didn't feel like they were at home. Blake Griffin said home court advantage is just not there for us. And this is on the heels of a loss where the crowd was cheering for the other team louder than the Clippers at times.
You know, you work hard all season, Greg, to try and get into the playoffs, then get a favorable first-round matchup. How about the Clippers last year? Followed those steps. They're rewarded with the first-round matchup against the defending champions of the league, the San Antonio Spurs.
And not only were the Spurs the defending champions, but they came in playing terrific basketball down the stretch, which is kind of what they are noted for. And the Clippers, though, did well, even though that was the case.
Boy, I tell you, it was a tough road for the Clippers in the playoffs. They get by the Spurs in round one in a 7-game emotional series, then immediately have to go up against the Rockets in round 2.
And so Teague hits 2 free throws.
And we all remember the Clippers would go up 3-1 against the Rockets. They had that 19-point lead in the fourth quarter of Game 6, but couldn't hold on to it and lose Game 7. And it was one of the biggest series collapses, really, in postseason history.
Looking at the game for Kawhi Leonard, he has 15 points, and he's added to his totals by picking up 3 points at the line as well.
Yeah, that'll balance out that stat sheet nicely. I mean, you always want to see at least a few points from the free throw line.
Well, Clark, the Bucks were much improved on the road last season, going 18-23.
Yeah, they were very competitive. This young team fought hard and rarely found themselves out of games on the road, which is a good sign for the future.
The first one falls.
And for the Bucks, who only won 5 road games in 2014, last year's mark of 18 is a huge step forward. Still, they had problems last year as they had an 11-game road losing streak towards the end of the season.
Both free throws good from Kawhi Leonard.
Well, I tell you, the Bucks are taking steps in the right direction on the road. The problem is the franchise hasn't had a winning record on the road since 2001.
Now here's Antetokounmpo. Lopez a screen. Middleton dishes to Lopez. And again, the Bucks miss. Clippers trail by 19. Bledsoe outside. Outside Leonard. Jordan at the elbow. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there. It goes on Giannis Antetokounmpo.
You know, a career high for DeAndre Jordan in free throw attempts a game, almost 6 a game. And a lot of those actually came from the Hacker Jordan tactic.
No good on the free throw. As you said, Greg, Hackett Jordan was in full effect last year. Not a great thing to watch, obviously, but a viable strategy given his career free throw percentage.
And what's funny about the Hacker Jordan is that it usually works in his favor. Historically, when Jordan shoots over 10 free throws a game, his team almost always wins.
Yes, fans, Clark, and the one team they view as floppers is the Clippers. I don't like that word, but just kind of came out. Whether that is fair or not is up for debate, but it is certainly, I think, the perception.
And I think there's some truth to that perception. I mean, multiple players have received fines for flopping on their roster. I mean, you can't run away from that, and the fans remember it, too.
Oh, they do, yes, sir. It's Solomon to Tacumbo, and now here comes Antetokounmpo.
That athletic.
Yeah, the rim rattler.
Just a remarkable jam. These fans' jaws are on the ground right now.
That's straight up Showtime stuff right there, baby. Major highlight reel material.
Now here's Leonard. Jordan the screen. Leonard attacking. Another shot, and it's sent back by Lopez. Bledsoe against T. To the right side. Right side Holiday. And Lopez throws it down.
Another bucket added to the lead. They've been the better team in every facet.
And in my opinion, you get extra bonus points, extra eye of the beholder points when you do it the way they're doing it on the road. That's special.
Here's Leonard after the basket by Milwaukee. Bledsoe for 3. The shot will not go. Great D that time from T.
they've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
Guys, that's putting it mildly. I mean, they've been absolutely dominant.
Outside Holiday. That's good. Holiday's got 5 points now in the quarter.
And just a little bit ragged defensively there, Clark.
They really want to find that igniter here.
Yeah, that's right. Kevin, the offense has basically been running in place.
They got to get going. And George kicks to Jordan. Screened by Ibaka. Jordan the pass to Bledsoe. Just 5 on the clock. And here's George for 3. The rebound by the Bucks.
You know, even though he missed that one, great shooters have a way of feeling when they've got enough room to pull the trigger.
There's no doubt about it. The defense, you can see him exhaling right now. Fortunate that he didn't knock that one down.
Bledsoe kicks to George.
You know, it hasn't always been the case in the NBA, but parity is at a great spot right now. Every team can compete for a title or end up last in their conference, it seems. It's something the NBA wanted and ultimately now has achieved.
And speaking of NBA parity, it's impossible to go from last to first in a single year, but it can happen in a 3-year span.
And that's all you really want from a fan's perspective, hope. To illustrate the parity, all 4 teams in the conference finals from last year were different from the year before.
Take a break. 2 shots.
He's off on the first.
Yeah, I think everyone knew the Bucks would be much improved last season, but to see the jump into the middle of the playoff picture, I think that took everybody by surprise.
Catching up on the changes for Los Angeles. Bargnani has checked in for Jordan. Batum comes in for Kawhi Leonard. And Smith subbed in for Paul George. Good on the second free throw. For the Bucks, their improvement, usually you see incremental progress. Even after losing key players, Clark, they shot up the standings.
And part of that, Kevin, was just growing as a team, coming together, and also improving the roster. Another part was that they were better than their record showed 2 years ago. Player development is part of the improvement.
That one was solid. There's a big difference in the field goal percentages between these 2 teams here in the second half.
And, Greg, that difference has come about because we've got one team moving crisply, getting good shots, and the other is just kind of stagnant.
Here's Bargnani. A tad short, but it's good off the front iron. The Bucks shooting has just been outstanding tonight. 56% as a team in this game. And Copeland kicks to Henson. They set the pick. Henson with the screen for the 3. Milwaukee the rebound. Off target at the rim.
And he thought he had a clear path to the hoop, but the defense didn't give up on that play and cut him off.
Bledsoe dishes to Ibaka. And the shot no good, a bit short. Milwaukee's gone 1 of 2 from 3-point range here in the 4th. Here's Vaughn, guarded by Bledsoe. Bayless's shot is off. And Los Angeles guys shooting just 30% from the field here in the 4th. A shot by Batum, no good. And the Bucks with possession here. Henson the pass to Bayless. Unloads from 13. Tries again, and Bargnani sends it back. Bledsoe outside. He feeds it to Bargnani beyond the arc. But they get it back. The second chance effort. And you can count it. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it 3.
And he's really shot the ball well, but it hasn't been contagious. And Nicholas Batum injuring his wrist last season. He was pushed in the back by Larry Sanders on a dunk and went down hard.
Randy Foye, he's checked in for Eric Bledsoe. The Bucks also with the sub. Mayo's checked in. And the free throw, no good. We saw that wrist bother Batum all season long. His shooting numbers down drastically. Clark, a major blow for him.
And you know what? The league might have to look at that. I mean, Sanders got a one-game suspension, but is that really enough to discourage that kind of reckless foul? It's a thin line, but I think it's worth a further look.
And guys, when you look at O.J. Mayo's statistics over the past few years, nothing really stands out. But then you watch him in games, especially in clutch moments, and he can seem like the most dangerous guy on the floor. A scary, deep-range shooter who loves to take defenders one-on-one.
Now here is Smith. Three-pointer. It's rebounded by Copeland. And Henson kicks to Mayo. Back to Henson. Mayo dishing to Henson. 6 to shoot. Puts it up. Misses off the right iron. On the topic of O.J. Mayo, has value in this NBA.
Yeah, he really does. I mean, he's multi-skilled, good size, sees himself as a superstar, and yet that sometimes derails him being as effective as he could be because he just can't quite get comfortable in that role of being a backup.
Here is Bayless. There's the pass to Henson. Nice ball movement by Milwaukee. Inglis kicks to Bayless. Milwaukee, no good that time either.
He's going to play his way right onto the bench and out of the game if he continues to shoot it like he has so far in this quarter.
Smith against Mayo. Again, the miss by Smith. Milwaukee has gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. Pass to Inglis. Over to the wing. And Copeland kicks to Inglis. Lead pass was put in just the right spot.
You know what? That's what you like to see. A perfect pass leading him right into the shot. Didn't even have to break stride.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've had a number of empty ones, a long time without a basket.
They got to find something, you're right. Now, here is Foy. Smith outside. It's good from long range.
Watch out. Now that he's got his first 3 of the half, there might be more in store.
1:37 left in the fourth quarter. Henson with the screen. Bayless the pass to Henson. And Bayless kicks to Copeland. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. And Los Angeles guys, shooting has been wayward so far. Only 37% from the floor.
And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout. Big-time dominance, and this will go in the record books as a gaudy win for Milwaukee.
A beautiful pass doesn't always get you on the highlight reels, Clark, but there were some spectacular dishes in this game.
Yeah, it was a team that was really in sync. They trusted each other and took the right shot.
And so this is going to end up as victory number 24 on the year.
And because they play in different conferences, guys, this is the last time these two teams will face each other. It's got to be a good feeling getting the clean sweep, finishing the season 2-0 against the Clippers.
And maybe it goes without saying, but they had no answer for Antetokounmpo. He was everywhere, defensively, offensively. The effort we saw from him tonight, I think, was the difference.
Jackson, he's checked in for the Clippers. Parker's checked in for the Bucks. .41 seconds left in the game. Here's Jackson. There's the screen. There's the dish to Batum. Kicks it to Smith. From deep three-point range, the long-distance three is buried.
Man, they came out smoking here from beyond.
And Greg, as hot as they are from out there, absolutely no reason at all not to just keep letting them fly.
Now Bayless. So so no problem for Milwaukee as they get the win. This one was over well before the final buzzer. The fans were waiting for something to get excited about, Greg, but they never got it.
They sure didn't. I mean, they just rolled to this win. They made it look really easy. What an efficient performance at both ends.
And that'll wrap it up, folks. This is Kevin Harlan saying thank you for tuning in. And now the award-winning Ernie Johnson will take it from here. We'll see you next time.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Welcome back, Ernie Johnson, along with Shaq and Kenny the Jet. Let's quickly move forward now to the presentation of our Jordan Player of the Game, Giannis Antetokounmpo.
I can't imagine a player having a better night from the field than he had tonight. His shooting percentage was off the charts. He used every trick in the book to get those high percentage shots. He shot from every direction, and there was a little bit of luck here and there, but he was on fire.
There was nothing they could do to slow him down, Ernie. Man, you go into a building on the road and completely control the action like he did. Only a few players could do that, Ernie. I'm impressed.
And that'll do it for tonight. For Kenny Smith, Shaquille O'Neal, Kevin Harlan, and our illustrious 2K Sports crew, this is Ernie Johnson. Have a good night, everybody.